We're gonna listen to a bunch of more disco house because that's what I do. I'm a disco house boy. So today we are listening to disco house on party. We are listening to my favorite genre of music. This is what I like. This is what I like to do, people. I like to listen to disco house. Disco house is going to be the biggest dance music genre in the world in 2025. It might even happen in 2024. You know what? Something that I'm realizing recently is disco house is taking over Halloween. Somebody, a very lovely person, a DJ from Chicago, reached out to me, who happens to be a fan of my music. Very, very kind person. They said that in Chicago, almost all the Halloween parties, and we're saying this as of 10/21/2024 right now, almost all the Halloween parties are disco parties. Or disco house parties. Isn't that crazy? Something about Halloween and disco. Maybe there's something spooky about disco. I don't know. Maybe it's the archaic feel to it. Disco actually was popular like 55 years ago. Dude, it's almost like disco is almost like a 60-year-old genre of music. It's crazy to think about. It's ancient. It's ancient. It's an ancient genre of music, y'all. I think disco house is going to be the biggest, you can hold me to that, genre of dance music in the world come 2025. You're going to see all the biggest artists in the world going to be making their version of disco house. And what I think is very interesting about disco house compared to like techno or tech house, and this is no offense to all of my techno and tech house people, that if you partake, disco house, there's a bit of a more, if I may say, musicality to the genre. Okay, get in a lot of trouble for saying that, but there's a little bit more. It's a little jazzier. Okay, it's a little bit more seated, rooted in a little bit more involved harmonies, melodies, rhythmic structure. Indubitably. And for that, I think there's a little bit of a higher barrier of entry to disco house, as we are going to now discover, as we're listening to even more disco house records, songs, if you will, little ditties. And I think that what's going to be interesting about disco house is it's not going to be as easy as a lot of these other genres to be able to just kind of pile on. Or, and get this, I could be completely wrong. And just like with the way of future house and future bass and every single other genre, it'll become so oversaturated that a couple of sample pack companies will ruin the party for everybody, and we'll be back where we started. And the cycle will start anew. Okay, a lot to think about. With that said, let's get right into the music. We're going to start now with my boy Kinjo. Now, Kinjo is a veteran music producer in the scene. He's been around. He's had many A-lists, but he is full force disco house McGillicuddy now, and nothing makes me happier than that, my dudes. That's so gorgeous. I love when a person. Here, let's go back to the other screen here while I finish up my rant. I love when a person realizes that it's time to come to the light side, the dark side, and it's time to start making disco house. Without further ado, he's Kinjo. Jump up.
Jump up higher. Jump up higher, down again and again, and jump up higher. Then jump up higher, down again and again, and jump up higher. Jump up higher, down again and again, and jump up higher. Then jump up higher, down again and again, and jump up higher. Higher, down again and again, and jump up higher, and jump
That was Kinjo. So let's talk about that record. Okay, so many reasons to love that record. It's got everything, dude. It's got it all. It's got all the things that I like in it for sure. It's got that very simple, very I want to say very demure, very mindful. It's got that bass line that just it cuts all the bullshit out. It gets right to the core. You know you're listening to disco. You know, and you know what's funny when I listen to a song like this? It makes me realize how the disco bass, the texture of it and the types of bass lines that are made with disco bass, it lends itself to something so cinematic. Because it had, especially because this is like a song that just came out, by the way, shouts out on Diplo's Higher Ground record label. It's got like a cinematic, quality to it that a lot of, it's got a kind of timeless quality to it. And if you listen to like a lot of other kind of dance music sort of bass lines, you can't, the bass lines like sound too modern. They sound too sample packy. They sound too like, okay, this person has created a bass line as a means to an end to make the club go crazy. This bass line, it sounds like you could place it in like a Quentin Tarantino movie. That's exactly what I'm trying to get at with this. But at the same time, it could be in like a fucking futuristic, like cyberpunk type of movie. It could be in a video game. It could be like in an anime. There's something about the disco house bass line sound with that just hypnotic kick over it that just it's just timeless. I can't get enough of it. That whole part is so sick with the little guitar, the little breakdown. It feels like very like Bob Sinclair. Shouts out to France. No, you can't talk about disco house without talking about French people, dude. So shouts out to my boy Kinjo. What a masterpiece. I cannot wait to be playing this song out. And this song, of course, is available now on Disco is a Weapon playlist on Spotify.
That's right. So you can absorb some of these rains and save that heat for winter. So you want to get on out there, wear that black, and be in awe. Also, today's temperature's going to rise up over 100 degrees. Though there's a Jerry Curl alert. That's right, Jerry Curl alert. If you have a Jerry Curl, stay in the house, or you'll end up with a permanent plastic helmet on your head forever.
From the heart of Bed-Stuy, you're listening to We Love Radio.
That is fire. That was too cool. It's got everything. See, again, what makes a good, in my opinion, what makes a good disco house track is the mix of the kick. And baby, does that shit have a freaking tasty low end. The drums, baby, the drums. It's all about the drums. Because what we're doing, right, with disco house, we're taking old kind of ideas. We're taking these kind of old textures and we have to reintroduce them into society. It's like we've rehabilitated these old delicious textures from a bygone era. As I said earlier, 50 years ago, disco was popular, or when it first came out. Disco's about to be very popular now, if I have anything to say about it. So sick. I love the kind of like a Black Legend project by Black Legend. It's got this kind of 70s, what you talk about, Shaft, like kind of blaxploitation era, detective film vibes to it. It's so freaking fire. Whoever this person is that made this music, I'm going to go do a deeper dive on them. But so sick. They know what they're doing. And God, what a record. What a record to play on a sunny day. What a record to play in the club at 4 a.m. disco house just works. I love one of my favorite aesthetics, and I do have a song like this. I have a song called "Understand That" with my man Spooky, where it has this kind of like almost preacher, this kind of like Baptist preacher type of just speech, a sermon going on. I love it. I love that, and it's of course with the funky drums and the funky bass. Can't go wrong with that combination of things. I love it. Let's keep going. I'm here listening to it.
A little more time, like standing in line, like waiting in time.
Already good.
Come rain or come shine, when life isn't kind, still need peace of mind. I need time, forever be mine. That's so hard to find. Please stop and rewind. Please give me time, a little more time. It's love in line. It gets hard to find. Please give me show me the way, and give me a sign, and give me a light, and bring me time, a little more time to figure it out, a little more time. Please give me time to make the change, time to make the change. Ooh, time to fill my pages with new lines. I need time, a little more time.
My God. Yes. Lordy, 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 lordy. I could listen to that all day long. Are you joking me right now? I could listen to that all day long. By the way, these are live reactions. I haven't heard these records before. But wow, from the vocal, time, little more time. What I love about vocals like that, and I don't know if it's a sample pack or if they recorded it, the vocal. I love vocals and I love lyrics like that. I know this is kind of crazy, and some of y'all might jump on me for this one, but I really, when it comes to music for dancing purposes or for vibes purposes, I really don't like vocals that tell specific stories, specific narrative. I kind of am I'm of the mind that narrative in terms of like exposition. I went to the store, I fell in love, I went home, I broke my heart. I don't think that has there's room for that on the dance floor. And I think that is, listen, shouts out if you can weave something like that into your songs. But I love Time, they need more time. Because what do we need more time for? For love, for the breakup, for the crush, for the rent getting paid. Who knows? It's up to interpretation. And when are you interpreting it? You're interpreting it while these funky ass beats are getting smacked into your face. And it's so subtle, the subtlety of the little plucked guitar. This person, Tommy Glasses, knows exactly what they're doing. It's disco vibes without being overtly over your face with like 20 guitars and the strings. And it's something that I'm learning as a producer too. Like, how do we just get to the core of what makes these tunes or of what makes something disco? How do we show, not tell? I think that, and it comes, again, it's like not having exposition with the vocals. The same thing as not having exposition with the sounds that you choose. So it's just a beautiful vibe. Tommy Glasses, you're a god. Absolutely gorgeous. Moving on to the next song. Too good. Already good. Very cool, very sick, very cool, Kanye. Haha, Kanye, very cool. Amazing. Head down inside of me. Dude, Richie Hova with There's a Fire Inside of Me. Very, very, very sick, little bitch. I mean that lovingly. Out of respect. That was out of respect, little bitch. Dude, so good. Again, I am just so impressed with the subtlety. Again, I think the goal of like a good disco house song is to not even have people realize that you're listening to disco house. I think just having that subtlety, just being like, yo, the song knows what it is. I think it's just such a great production when it just shows you the meat and potatoes of what's important in the record, and that's all that matters. I think that's absolutely fantastic. What a beautiful song, what a beautiful lyric, what a beautiful sample, whatever it is that you did to achieve that. Very sick. That's something that's going to get crowds going. I don't care where you're from, Brazil, Switzerland, Sweden, Uruguay, China. You're going to listen to that and you're going to start being happy. Symptoms of disco house include overwhelming joy, an overwhelming desire to start moving your body and shaking that ass area. That's what you get with a song like this. I love it. Congratulations on this one. I can't wait to play it. And this is now also in my Disco is a Record This is also in my Disco is a Weapon playlist on Spotify. Let's move on. Gorgeous tune. I can't wait for you to come over. We already know what's going on. I love the the chords. These guys are fantastic. Zemu. I don't know who this is. It's my first time hearing this song. Addictive vocal, addictive melody, addictive rhythm. I will play the shit out of this. I can't wait to play. I can't wait. How many times has that been said in history, bitch? Okay, well, very sick stuff going on. Dun, 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 dun. I think that was like the first song we heard today that does that disco house thing. The da 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 da, which is it's kind of like it's like this vampy. It's like taking the part of the sample, taking the part of the chords where they're about to. They call them in music, resolve to something, but you just lock it in. You don't allow it to go to the next thing. And that creates tension. And that's why this genre is so exciting, because there's so much movement, but also tension, and there's like release in the tension. I don't know if you realize that's what's happening, young Zemu, when you're making this, but the tension, I'm feeling tense, but in a good way. I wanna get tense. I'm enjoying myself. I'm on the dance floor and I'm tense, but I'm also releasing. It's beautiful, and the vocal obviously perfect. Whoever this person Zemu is, it's a love letter. It's a love letter to Disco House. Thank you for that. These songs are all available on Disco is a Weapon, my Spotify playlist that is every single week updated, featuring the newest, hottest, or maybe not the newest, but just highlighting disco house records, because as we know, disco house is going to be the biggest genre of music in 2025 in terms of dance music. You already see all the biggest people making disco records. You already see all the biggest people signing disco records. It's just a matter of time. So anyway, thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for being here. Disco is a Weapon. Disco is a Weapon on Spotify. Disco is a Weapon. My name is Goshfather. Believe in disco house. Believe in house music. Believe in disco house, because this year, 2025, and it's already starting now, it's going to be the biggest year for disco house on record since the Blog House days, since the Daft Punk days. So I love you all. Shouts out party. I love you all. And I will see you on the next one. Peace, baby.